Ken! But Ken, though! I tell no lies. Feel like people will hear me talk about this and go, yeah, nah. Yeah, so we're talking about right now, like how like overplayed Juri's kid is. And I agree with you. I think Juri is definitely like overplayed. Juri players will say things like she's not that good, and people will say that like we're like underplaying her. I think if people sat down and tried to learn her, I think they would like understand. And a lot of times, and I hate to be so rude about it, when people say things like Juri is so good, blah, 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 and I go, do you play her? And they go, no. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, just actually shut the fuck up. Like, if you don't know what you're talking about, why are you talking about it like you're an authority? Like, seriously, shut the fuck up. But the reality is that Juri is good. She's really good. She's mad good. But when I talk about, like, the frustrations that, like, Juri players have, there's certain things that I think that should be changed, not just because I say it, but just so that it's normalized. I think sometimes like those things get like lost and it's frustrating. Like at no point do I think she's bad. I might say, you know, this character's dog shit. Like that's me just being like tight. There's certain things about her that I feel like I have to work harder than like Juri or like Bison. Like there's characters that just get to have things that are just strong just because, and I just have to respect it. I gotta hold that. And I want some of that. I want a fierce that's safe, right? I want that. I want specials that are safe. I want that. I shouldn't have to like access damage through my stores constantly. Like it's frustrating, but that's why you play Juri, you know? Man said Juri, then a whole character. Yeah, right? Right, I want to have that. Like, it's frustrating because just because he does one move, I'm in a mix. And that's frustrating. Juri doesn't have, like, things where it's like, guess you gotta guess. If her Enkin Satsu was an overhead, that would be different. You gotta guess a high or low, and I get a full combo afterwards. Okay, yeah. But if I were to say Enkin Satsu, if I were to say that should be an overhead, people would lose their mind. People would actually lose their minds. They would absolutely go crazy. They would go, oh my gosh, you would be so cheap. I'm like, but Ken, but Ken though. A lot of times I will say things and I'll be like, yeah, okay. So here's a hot take, chat. All right. Tell me when the take is hot. Tell me if I'm bugging out. But I think they should buff Juri's overhead. I think Juri's overhead needs to be buffed. And if I say that, people will go, oh my God, her overhead's already good. That would make her cheap. Absolutely. That move needs to be buffed. Like actually buffed. Like buff that right now. Why? I will explain to you why. There is a phrase I use a lot, and I know that people don't like it when I say it, but I will stand by it. The phrase is outlier. Juri is an outlier. Any character in this game that has an overhead can hit it meaty and combo after. Aki can do this move, hit you, and then combo afterward. 100%. You can't deny that. It is what it is. I think that's annoying because of the fact that she's got a safe low. So the mix-up is fucking annoying. But hey, that's the character, right? Characters like Akuma. Akuma can do the same thing. Hit me with overhead and then get a combo. You can do it. That's the truth of it. JP has access to a drive rushless way to hit an overhead and then combo. He can do that. Not only can he do it, but he can also set up traps to do it too. Awesome. Who else? Who else has an overhead in this game? Guile? Probably not, right? Guile, forward medium punch, 3 active frames. Yes. Also, Guile 2. Boom. Ken. Jinrai. Absolutely, right? 110%. He could set up and overhead, get a combo afterwards. Terry, also. Where is it? Is this his overhead? Yeah. Also, boom. Bison, with Bison, no meter. You could just do this move, boom. No bomb necessary. Lily, I don't know if Lily can. This is her overhead, 3 active frames. Yup. So can she. Stop me when I'm lying, chat. Stop me when I'm telling lies. Ryu, overhead. Boom. +3 on hit. 4 active frames. 4 active frames on a +3 on hit. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Kimberly, overhead on hit, +4. 2 active frames. Cool. Who else? Jamie, +1 on hit, 5 active frames. Okay, cool. Great. Overhead. Chun-Li, boom. Absolutely. Honda, slow ass Honda. +3 on hit, 6 active frames. Copy. Aki, Akuma, Blanca. Blanca has an overhead, right? Overhead, +3, 3 active frames. Blanca has 1. So 1, 2, 3. Cammy doesn't. 4 doesn't have an overhead. Doesn't have an overhead. Ed, I don't believe has an overhead, does he? No. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Skip this one. Boom. 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 Interesting. Boom. Technically doesn't, but has an overhead that's cancelable, whatever. Marissa. Does Marissa have an overhead? Yeah, right? Right? If she charges it. If she charges it, technically, it can be. Technically, right? Boom. 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 Look, I have named 3/4 of the cast. For everyone that does have an overhead, there's only 2 characters in the game that cannot, because they are +2 on hit with 2 active frames. That's Luke and that's Juri. Both of them. +2, 2 active frame. Cannot do a natural. Meaty or not. Luke and Juri. So when I use the word outlier, I use it specifically because I'm not saying it just because I play her. I'm saying based on everyone that has an overhead, only 2 characters don't have access to that, which would be the easiest thing to do. Just give her 3 plus frames. I'm sorry, just give her 3 active frames. Same thing as Luke, right? Or take them all away. Because do we want to have that? If we do, that's cool. Juri's a character that should have it, in my point of view. But the fact that they keep making characters with it tells me that they have a design philosophy, that they're forgetting about one of the first 2 of the cast. That's all I'm saying. So when I say things like buff her overhead, I mean it. Give her 1 more active frame. I tell no lies. Juri's overhead needs a buff. Controversial, yes. But when I explain it, I think I make a good case for it. I think I do. Same thing for her crouching medium kick. I think they should buff that move. Oh my God, Kale. Oh my God. Buff her crouching medium kick? Fuck yes. Absolutely. Either you buff hers or you nerf everyone else's. Is it a buff or a fixing it? It makes it better, so it will be a buff. However, I definitely will agree with you. It's more of a fix. I definitely agree with you. But the reason why I say that is because, once again, our partner in crime, Luke, suffers the same thing. Then so be it. Is it Luke? Someone else in this game has... Yes, it is Luke. His first active frame does not match the second. For some reason, and I think this was an early design thing that I think they might have forgotten about. Mostly everyone else in the game, they're crouching forward. Their first frame, second frame matches. The animation might not, but the hitbox does, which allows it to be consistent. Juri's does not. I'm a big fan of consistency. I've always said this. I rather moves just be consistent. I want it just to work how it's supposed to work. But there are times when this move doesn't hit the way it's supposed to. I might lose out because the difference in these 2 hitboxes. Why? I get that the animation for it moves. Absolutely. I agree with you, right? Same thing as this one here, right? Why are these 2 so different? I get that the animation is different, but other characters don't have to go through that. They just get consistency. Right? So it's the same. It changes, but it's the same. What are we doing here? All I'm saying is I want consistency. That's all I'm asking for. I just want options that consistently work. That's all. This animation, it moves. Why didn't they adjust his? Huh? Make it make sense. Like, look, his foot moves. How come the hitbox don't move? Even if it's slightly. How come that don't move, huh? And you might think that would be a good thing. But there will be times where things are plus 10 and this should work. But the character's here. So it hits on frame 11, not frame 10. There are times when things should work, but they don't because this moves forward. And I get it. This is a plus thing for us, right? It's great, but it doesn't work properly. Combos don't work. But yet, then we have this asshole hitting this move from freaking half screen, right? And then he still gets to hit his crouching medium kick. The fuck are we talking about? It's because of consistency. Things don't rock around and change in the middle of a combo. That's all I want on blood. I shouldn't have to work that hard for something just to work. A combo that should just work. So when I say shit like buff her crouching medium kick, I mean it. Make it make more sense. I don't know. I feel like this is a take that I'm not going to have support on. You know what I mean? I feel like people will hear me talk about this and go, yeah, nah. But I stand by it. These characters like shouldn't have lows that are that strong. What is Honda's? -2. What? Why does this character get a -2 fucking low? -6. I go fuck yourself, Honda. Like, but on top of it, a few people in chat have talked about it. But like on top of the problems that she has, her lights are fucking garbage. Like I think she's got the second shortest light in the game. This is her furthest cancelable. No, her standing light kick, I guess. But as a 4-framer, she's got the least amount of range as like almost the whole cast. It's crazy. Like why? Of all the cast, like why would she be the one? Now chat, did I convert any of you guys? Have I brought any of you guys over to my side on some of this, on some other things that I said? Because I said we should buff this move. Have I changed your mind? No? They should buff this move. They should buff this move. They should buff this move. This move is awful. It's awful. It's so good, but it's so fucking awful. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Fuck, like, what is... How far away I am? What are we talking about, chat? Those are my thoughts on Juri. If I had the pen now, those are the things I would start to look at, and I would try to find ways to normalize that amongst cats. And I think that's fair.